Alright guys, so today, it's been a while since I uploaded a video, but this video, I will say this is going to be like our first, like, leak coverage of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Now, I'm not going to cover it like story spoilers and any of that stuff. I'll leave that up to you guys to look into it. Like, a fair warning, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon did get leaked, or like data mined just a couple hours ago. So, and for the past like few hours, I've been looking through like some of the stuff there, particularly like the well, I already slipped it in my tongue. So, um, so like I said, this is like major spoiler territory. Well, it's indirect spoilers. Like, if you didn't want, this is pertaining mostly to competitive Pokemon. I'm not gonna reveal any of the any of the stuff like the new Ultra Beasts or stuff. You know, like the UV burst and like adhesive and assemblies like stats and whatnot. I'm not gonna do that. But I am gonna look into some new moves that we got. New moves and move tutors, which I will say it's very surprising. So I would like to say huge thanks to SciresM, Kaphotics, and I don't know, all the other data miners out there, especially those in like 4chan stuff. I think I forgot the guy's name, but like whatever. So I think his name, I think the guy from 4chan is like Suko, the guy that actually broke the whole thing. So but anyways, what we're here today is that we're gonna look into some of the new learn up moves and new move tutors, egg moves that we certain Pokemon get. So let's start with the learn up and egg moves. Now, by the way, I don't know. By the way, there wasn't a list this time around. There wasn't a list of like learn up move tutors. Like you'll say like the Pokemon and all its learn up moves, and then like there isn't like that. So like something like I have the pastements right here, so I will like list them down like in the description. I'll put all this stuff in the description. But I will tell you that the description, like some of the there will be like Pokemon that are like that haven't been revealed yet. So like the stats and all that stuff. So like that's just a major spoiler. Like if you want to look at that, then be my guest, but don't be like, oh god, no. So why you spoil it? So alright, so anyways, we're looking to Snowdrift and Smogon since they're covering all this stuff. Right now, this is the list of all the new level and egg moves right now. So here's some interest. Like we'll just go to the top down. So I'm not gonna cover them all based off how they are competitively, but like there's just some that I like to glance over. Like this is why getting Leaf Storm and Shadow Sweep seems interesting. Kamo getting close combat is really good. That's probably like the best decision Game Freak did. Not only did they get like a Z move, like that it's the own Z move, but it also has close combat, so now no one has any reason to talk shit about it. So might be interesting to see how it does in VGC now that it has a strong stab move. It has like Dragonets to abuse the close combat, so that'll be interesting. Tisserina getting Power Whip is another one. Also punishment, so powerful stab move right there. If you guys want. Primarina also gets Icy Wind apparently. Necrozma getting Photon Geysers. I think that's its signature move, so that's kind of a given. So I think we already knew that. So Buffalon getting Cotton Guard is really interesting. Bellsprout with Strength Stab as well. So oh yeah, forgot to mention huge shout outs to SB8749 just for making this list. So just compiling through all this stuff, so as well as all the people in Smogon and all in Discords, because I don't really have all the info and all that stuff to credit. So Blitzo gets Faint. Well, no shit. There's not really much here. Cutie Fly. Cooterfly getting sticky webs, so now Rabombi has sticky webs. And Powder, if you want to like just troll some people, just predict them to go for a fire move. That'd be like amazing. So, let's look at this. Dewpider, I think this is the evolution of Araquanid, gets sticky webs. That's gonna be a great move on it, since Araquanid, even though it won't alleviate Araquanid's speed, it will definitely be useful in singles. Not so sure about doubles because already Araquanid's slow and you're gonna rely on Trick Room just for sweeping anyways, or just breaking teams apart. Hawlucha getting Fent. This is a kind of semi-big in doubles, well, especially for the next format, VGC 18, because there's a lot of teams with there's some teams with that feature Hawlucha with like, you know, unburdened teams, like, you know, Drifloon, Lele, and then you see Drift like Lele and like all the unburdened Pokemon like Hawlucha, Drifloon, and what was it, Asilgor. They all have unburdened. They have the terrain seeds that activate immediately before the game. So Hawlucha getting Faint is going to be interesting because like now if you try to protect that Lele or Feeny, can just smack that opponent just with their own stab move or strong moves or whatever. So that's interesting. Hopper getting Strength Set. I'm not so sure exactly what this does, but like I heard that it recovers based off the strength attack set of your opponent. I'm not so sure, but something that will be interesting. So looking through this, Legend getting Power Trip. This is not as for singles, it's not as good. Like the VGC, like I think everyone's seen those Extreme Evil Boost teams. So now Incineroar is one of those Pokemon that you would see with Extreme Evil Boost. So now Incineroar with Power Trip, like that's another toy that they could use. They don't have to rely on Crocodile. So Oddish getting Strength Sip, interesting. Oshawott getting Sacred Sword, that's rather neat. Pansage getting Spiky Shield, that's interesting as well. Pansear, this. Vampy getting High Horsepower. Also people are getting a Power Trip. Now this one's a big one. Riolu, Meteor Mash. Now Riolu already had like some like I don't think it had any good or strong like steel type moves aside like Iron Head and Bullet Punch for priority, but Iron Head is unreliable, so Meteor Mash is a good buff to Mega Lucario, since now you can at least it has a move that could just rely on, like it's gonna be a little bit more accurate, so 20% more accurate, so and with Mega Lucario, like it's still a strong move, so, and also not only that, you can get an attack raise, so that'll be useful. Alright, so going down the list, Shelmet getting Toxic Spikes. So now Aselgor has Spikes and Toxic Spikes. That's going to be very interesting on Hyper Offense, especially on the lower tiers. So, so like Aselgor now has like some new toys to play around with. So, Swirlix getting Sticky Webs. That's cool. That's cool. Spritzy getting Nasty Plot. So Aromatisse now has Nasty Plot. You could actually do a trick from Nasty Plot. Sweet. I'll look up and see if there's anything I missed. We're going down. No, there's not really much. So Jaffrey gets Psychic Fangs and Psychic Terrain. Well, that's something. Farfetch gets Final Gambit of First Impression. Oh, that's interesting. Like, well, then again, doesn't Galaxy learn that? I guess so. So that's interesting. Alright, so let's go down. Alright, so Tangela gets Wave of Slap. Tepe gets Burn Up now, so it's now second Fire Starter to get it. I think only Arcanine and Typhlosion had it, so now it could. Wouldn't it, wait, I wonder how that would work, because like wouldn't, like, let's say Emboar become like like just fighting type if you use the move. So Tropius gets Dragon Hammer. That's funny. So Yama's getting Crafty Shield. The last two are kind of interesting. Sengo's getting Belly Drum, so it could like do like a quick sweep. That's gonna be fun to use in the lower tiers. And Zagoon now has extreme speed, so it could pair with its egg moves. So that's really amazing. So those are all the learn up and egg moves that we've seen. Again, we don't have the when exactly doesn't know it or how exactly you get it via chain breeding or which mons to get it. So, but I think I would assume that Riolu, since it's like a field Pokemon, like in the field deck group, like you can just get it with Smeargle, just Smeargle with Sketch. So, but I think the big ones that I've noticed are Kamo and Riolu. Just getting a Meteor Match is like very interesting, if you ask me. So, alright, so Ned comes that, and then there's also the other ones like Shelmet getting Toxic Spikes, and like all the Dual Fighter, and all. There's a lot of new Sticky Web Pokemon, which is very interesting, like Cutie Fly, Araquanid, and Swirlix. Also, like, but I think that's the evolution. I think this evolves into Slurpuff, so Slurpuff, and as well gets a Sticky Web, so it's gonna be interesting. So these moves, like, very interesting. Now, alright, so the next part I'm gonna show you is gonna be the move tutors. Now, the move tutors, I'm not gonna cover the old Pokemon, but there is one move tutor that I will literally that I want to talk about extensively, so that everyone's losing their shit about. So here's a list of the these are the index numbers of all the move tutors. So this is the move tutors that you're gonna see in game. So Bug Bite, Covet, Super Fang, Dual Chop, Signal Beam, Iron Head, Speed Bomb, Drill Run. I think these are the moves that you've seen from like ORS and like some in like Black and White 2, and staples from like all the way back. Yeah, the Elemental Punches and Zero Power, Icy Wind, Aqua Tail, Knockoff. You have Knockoff here. Tailwind, Giga Drain, like Drain Punch. You have a Drain Punch here. Helping Hand, Trick. So Outrage, Recycle. So now you don't have to like have to breed. Like before we go into like the you don't have to breed the Munchlax. You could just breed Snorlax, and just for those who breed Snorlaxes for Recycle, well, you don't have to do that anymore. Rely on that RNG spec. So Snatch. Okay, I think you guys saw it. Snatch, Stuff Rocks. Now the 60 plus are the new ones. Ally Switch, Defog, Liquidation, Stomping Tantrum, Drill Chop, Laser Focus. Now, most of these, we kind of expected these to come back as move tutors, like the Elemental Punches, and like moves like Super Power, Icy Wind, Helping Hand, Heal Bale, Tailwind, Pain Split. But the big one that really caught everyone's eye was Defog. Like everyone, like I remember like everyone's been asking for this one move tutor, and now we have it. Now we have a move tutor in which we don't have to go back to the old generations and get like certain like Pokemon. We could just get Defog in the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon now. I don't know what the price will be, but hey, you could get Defog in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. And now here's a list. Here's another list from I think it's from one of the Discord. Oh, great. Sorry about that. Connection has to be well established again. So, but I'll just talk a little bit. So now we have a lot of we now have access to defog in the current games, in the current games, and we don't have to transfer them from like hard gold, soul silver, and diamond, pearl, platinum. Well, then again, you have to learn the move from diamond, pearl, platinum. Then you have to trade a hard gold, soul silver, because there's a weird like transfer mechanic where you can't transfer HM moves. So the only way you have to get around that is like you trade into hard gold, soul silver, since defog's not a HM there. So then you have to transfer it again to black and white, and then you have to transfer it again to XY. Not to Pokebang. No, you could just skip this XY because you just need Pokebang. Now you don't have to do that. Defog's a move tutor, so now, but that means Defog's is no longer restricted to Pokemon from Gen 4 and not just Gen 4, but like Pokemon from Gen 5, Gen 6, and Gen 7 can have Defog. So here's a list from like a Pokemon that can learn Defog. So you'll see, this is some interesting. These are some of the usual Pokemon like Zapdos, Golbat, Mew, Crobat, Scizor, Lugia. Apparently Blaziken learns Defog. Pelipper already learned Defog from what I remember. Salamence has learned Defog. Latias. Now you don't have to transfer Latias from those games. Now this is where we get to apparently it says Rotom. So we'll check that one in a bit. But here's a big one. Gliscor. Gliscor can learn Defog. So Poison Heal Gliscor can now learn a Defog. Because Poison Heal was an ability introduced in Gen 5, but you couldn't transfer it backwards to like Gen 4. So now you have, because it's an ability, so now you have a Gliscor with Poison Heal with Defog. So that's really amazing. Now here are the new Defoggers. Superior is a Defogger apparently, which is interesting. Whimsicott's a Defogger. Pheasant, then again I think I learned that. Swanna learned Defog. Moga learns Defog. Groudon learns Defog. Hydreigon learns Defog, which is a big one. Volcarona learns Defog. Tornadus learns Defog. Thundurus learns Defog. Reshiram, Zekrom, Landorus T. Landorus of all Pokemon learns Defog, which is really what the beep. Because if this Pokemon didn't even get any better, it already did. So expect Landorus T to. Well, then again, it's just an option now. So generally speaking, Landorus T with Defog is already going to be funny to run. I could already see people having Defog, Stealth Rocks Defog, Stealth Rocks Defog, Stealth Rocks Defog, Stealth Rocks Defog. You just see those mirror matches. Like, I wonder how those games are going to come down to. If you face an opponent with Landorus T with its Stealth Rocks and Defog. But so Talonflame gets Defog for some reason. Vivian gets Defog. Florges gets Defog, which is actually pretty amazing if you ask me. Since not only this actually sets it apart from Sylveon and Clefable. Well, somewhat slightly, but given that Florges has wishing capabilities and has CM Calm Mind as well, I could see Florges gaining a lot of usage with this. So Palucha gets Defog, Klefki gets Defog, with Prankster that would be useful. Noivern gets Defog, Yveltal, Xerneas gets Defog, Volcanion gets Defog. I think these Decidueye get Defog as well. So these are some other Pokemon. Valley gets Defog, which is really amazing. So even though I don't think its move pool coverage isn't as good, Jumpa gets Defog. Tapu Koko gets Defog, which is a really interesting, because Tapu Koko, like, it's already like a fast pivot mon, so having a fast Defog is really amazing. So Beanie and Kartana, we already knew that they had Defog, so because they're their level of moves, and Lunala has defog, so I guess that's about it. So these are all the Pokemon that learn defog. So lastly, I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover some of the move tutors that certain Pokemon get. So like one thing I want to keep in mind is I am focusing a little bit more on the double side instead of singles, because that's where I am generally focused on. So I do want to apologize if anyone's kind of annoyed that I skipped over some info regarding singles, but it's just well, then again, I covered defog, so there you go, guys. So alright, so here's some of the new move tutors. Rowlet. So but then again, defog's the only good one, new move tutor. So here's some of the new move tutors you see. This was done by one of the Smogon users. I forgot his name, but we'll look for his name right now. It's not him, because this person actually I think it's Shadow Knight. He's the guy who actually just took the time to actually well, let me just wait. Alright, so this is the version that like everyone's looking at right now. And this is all done by Shadow Knight. Because like right now, people were like, including myself, were having trouble like indexing like the move tutors, like this thing like right here, because like I think they didn't put like zero, like they didn't put 0 for bug bite, and they put 0 like 1 instead of 0 for bug bite here. So it's like, and most of the move tutors are kind of messed up. So they kind of, so this guy kind of like organized this all. So yeah, huge shout out to him. So yeah, here's all some of the move tutors. Let's look into Incineroar, because Incineroar is used a lot in doubles. It gets low kick, thunder punch, fire punch, super power, knockoff, so good dark type knockoff. I'm really hoping they have it. We can use Intimidate Incineroar very soon, because Intimidate Incineroar would be very. Okay, I'm not gonna go for that joke. I almost said the word lit. Damn it. But whatever. So knockoff Incineroar with Intimidate would be like, it'll be like it having like, you know, it'll be like having another Scrafty, so doubles with fake out support. So Primarina with gets Hyper Voice, so I think it already had Hyper Voice. It has Water Helping Hand, so there's not really much I can see. There's some moves like Super Fang from these Pokemon. See what Spike will get. Proballer gets these elemental punches. I think they already had these elemental punches. Or Corio doesn't really get much. Gets Helping Hand, but I think it already had it. This guy didn't get that much stuff. So. Alright, so let's see. Mudbray. Nope. Gets Stealth Rock, so. Raccoonin already has Liquidation via Learn Up, so. Lurantis, for those of you who want to know, gets Super Power and Knockoff now, so it could just spam Super Power Knockoff to boost its defense and attack stats, so if you want to know that. That's interesting, so. Let's see. Beware, let's see what Beware gets. Gets the Elemental Punches. Neat. Iron Head, so. Alright. Comfey. Pod, so. Move. I'm just looking through all this stuff right now, so. Togedemaru gets Iron Head. Hey look, Togedemaru gets Super Fang, Iron Head. So it has something to hit like Tapu Lele. Yes, I'm just talking about it. Like, then again, like I don't know if Togedemaru will still be used, given how like prominent Landers will be. So, if only this Token Mario learned Iron Head and Super Fang and also Helping Hand and what is it? Let's see. And GC17, a little bit late, sooner. So. Wait, I don't see it. Oh, apparently Mimikyu gets oh, mini spoiler. I think everyone already knew this, but like Mimikyu apparently has a new Z move called. The fuck? Like, let's Snuckle Forever. What the hell? I have no idea what. Oh god. Mimikyu is already even more disturbing than it is. Gets Drain Punch though, so for those Sword Stance Mimikyus that run it, it now has perfect coverage with the Fiery, Fighting, and Ghost. So Jump Bug gets I think Defog now, so Delmite gets some interesting moves here, like Knock Off. So Kamo gets a ton of like this is what I wanted to get to. We already knew that Kamo gets like a Z move, so it's exclusive. But Kamo gets, look at the move tutor, like look at the move tutors, gets a ton of moves like Iron Head, Low Kick, the Elemental Punches, Super Power, Aqua Tail, Dragon Pulse, Hyper Voice, Iron Tail, Drain Punch, Focus Blast, Shockwave, Water Pose, Iron Head. It even gets Stealth Rocks, and on top of that, it has Close Combat. So this guy just got massively buffed. Tapu Koko doesn't get anything interesting. Like, it gets Thunder Punch, Iron Head, but that's about it. Like, I guess Iron Head's useful just to like smack fairies. It has Sky Attack now, so I'll see Sky Attack will be funny, and Defog. So Tapu Lele doesn't really get anything interesting aside Iron Defense, Skill Swap, and whatnot. So Tapu Bulu gets I don't know, like it doesn't really get anything that just justifies it. Like, it gets Signitas, but like Horn Leech is already like a better option than Seed Bomb, just because you're getting recovery and it's boosted in grassy terrain and stab, so it's just a little bit less it's just more power. So it has Dual Chop, so it can at least hit dragon types now, so that's interesting. Now Tapu Fini gets Icy Wind, Knockoff, Trick, and Defog. Well, I think he already had Trick, Defog, so it's already as strong as it is. So alright, so Solgaleo, Nala, and so this is like less. These are some of the new move tutors. Alright, Nulala gets Heat Wave. So Solgaleo gets Iron Tail Knockoff, so if you guys are interested in using Solgaleo with that, so noobers. Nihilego unfortunately doesn't get Earth Power. I noticed it gets Foul Play, Knockoff, doesn't get Earth Power. So Buzzwole gets a lot of it. It gets Drain Punch now, so that's interesting. It's Bug Bite, so you like steal berries. Now Pheromosa gets a lot of interesting moves like Bug Bite, Signal Beam, Drill Run, Bounce, Low Kick. Well, it already had Low Kick. Foul Play, Icy Wind, Electro Wave, and like Snatch, Outrage. So the big one it gets is Drill Run. So now it has some options to run to consider. It could actually use this to smack Heatran if it wants to. So it could actually threaten Heatran and Landorus, if, like, especially the fact that like Drill Run, I don't think it gets nerfed by the grassy terrain. So you could drill it. So unfortunately, Circuitry doesn't get anything that interesting. So just it may be like Magnet Rise, but whatever. Celesteela gets Iron Hit now. Super Power. So Shockwave. Kartana gets Knockoff and Tailwind, so it's interesting as well. Guzzlord gets all these moves, so I'm not really interested. Necrozma apparently gets a ton of new moves, like Signal Beam, Iron Head, Earth Power, Gravity, Magnet Rise, Dragon Pulse, Knock Off, Heat Wave, Recycle, and Stealth Rock. No one thinks Stealth Rock, so yeah. I guess that's all like I wanted to cover in this video. So I'm gonna leave the links to all these Pastebins for like the Move Tutors and the people, like especially the one with the tutor that like for those that get like default, the ones that get like Pokemon get the defog, because I know that one's like the one that everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, we finally have a defog Move Tutor. So for those of you who play singles, that's your treat. So very interesting stuff here. Like I guess it wouldn't take as much time for them to like actually for Showdown to update all this stuff into the game, into their battle simulators. So yeah, all this stuff is very interesting. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.